Join me as I make a really easy snack which is great to serve at Christmas, parties, or any time. Very simple, very quick. So let's get going.
So for our mini pizzas, what we're going to do, we have a French stick here, a nice long loaf. We're going to slice that up and we're going to spread our topping on top of that and then cook them in the oven. So what are we going to use? So first up, I've got sour cream. Now this sour cream is lactose free because I'm not sure, but I think somebody might be eating it who is lactose intolerant. So we're just going to add our sour cream. Now this is 200 grams of sour cream. Don't use the light sour cream. It will give you problems if you're cooking with it. So use the full fat sour cream. Okay. The next thing we're going to add is a packet of French onion soup. Now, as I said, this is quick, simple and easy, and something where you can have these ingredients on hand, and if you, over the Christmas period, Christmas, New Year, holiday season, if you get unexpected visitors, before they arrive, if they ring you and they're only a few minutes away, you can have this in the oven ready to go. Right, so the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to get these Twiggy sticks. So these are just very small, skinny salamis, and I'm going to get a few of those and I'm going to slice those thinly. This is a great one if you've got children and you want them to help you make it. Perhaps not with the sharp knives and the chopping up, but they can certainly put the sour cream into the bowl and they can put the packet soup in there. And when it comes to spreading it onto the bread, very simple. And it's, the kids just love to be involved in cooking. And it's great to encourage them to cook. Now, the next thing that we're going to add are capsicum. Now, my capsicum, they look like they're cooked, they're not. I buy my capsicum when they're very cheap at my greengrocer, and I freeze them. I just chop them up, they're ready to go. So these are going to be cooked anyway. I mean, these wouldn't be any good in a salad or where you want crisp capsicum, but I'm just going to throw those in. There's probably more there than I need. I'll throw them all in, it doesn't matter. There's no exact quantities with this. So I like to use red and green capsicum. It just gives a nice look to the dish. Then all we do is mix that up. And that's our topping for our mini pizzas. Now I'll show you the next step once I've mixed this, and that's just slicing our bread and spreading this on top. So we need to slice our bread probably about 1 centimetre or 1.5 centimetres thick. Now I'm going to slice all this loaf, you don't need to see that, we'll come back in a moment. So the next thing is we're just going to spread this onto our bread. So you can see how much I've put on there. I'm just going to gauge it a little bit better so I can tell you. Probably about a tablespoon, just under a tablespoon is what I'm using on each one. And I'm popping them over to the side onto a oven tray, and I've lined that with a reusable liner. So just going to put them there. Now normally these would go into the oven, and I'll put them into a 160 to 180 degree oven, and you just cook them quickly until they brown on top, which is generally about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how hot you've got your oven. Now, why I gave those differences in temperature, I find that when we're entertaining, especially around the holiday season, I've got a lot of things going in the oven. So you may not, you may be able to put these in while you've got something else in there, but you may not be able to adjust your temperature to 160. So it doesn't matter if it's a little bit hotter. All you're looking to do, there's nothing in here that's raw that needs to be cooked. You're just browning the top and crisping the bread. So you don't have to be too precise with that temperature. Just don't have it low, otherwise it will dry the bread out too much. So I'll just keep spreading these. Now, what I'm doing with these, I wanted to do this video so that I could show people, because I love this recipe and so do my kids. And when they arrive and they go, "Oh, are you making mini pizzas?" they get all excited. So I can't wait until they're all here and it's holidays, because we'll be right on top of Christmas. So I've decided to make it early, and I'm going swimming with my grandchildren tomorrow morning, and then we're coming back here for morning tea. So I'm going to pop this in the fridge. I've never popped it in the fridge before. I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap and pop it in the fridge overnight, and then tomorrow when we get back, all I've got to do is put the oven on, put it in, and 15 to 20 minutes later we'll have a lovely warm snack, as well as they can probably have their fruit while they're waiting for this to cook. And yeah, it'll all be done. So hopefully I'll remember to come back tomorrow and take a picture of it when it's cooked. But that's what's involved in it. There, I've got the tray of them done there, and I'm going to finish that off. I've still got a few more pieces of bread, and it's as simple as that. So very, very easy for entertaining, especially at short notice. You can keep these things in the fridge. You can keep your capsicum, your salami. I've actually bought some of those French sticks, the loaf of bread, and I've wrapped them up in foil wrap, and I've popped them in my freezer so that I've got them on hand if I need them over Christmas. So I'm ready to go. I've got everything I need, and I can whip it up in only a few minutes. You saw how quick that was. So we'll come back tomorrow when I'm back from swimming and I've cooked these, and I'll give you a look. So here we are, it's the next day, just back from swimming. Just taken them out of the fridge. I had them covered with plastic wrap and with baking paper. So now I'm just about to pop them in the oven, and we'll have a look at them when they're cooked. And there you have it. That's straight out of the oven, ready to eat. How good does that look? And how simple was it to make?